Well, guys, we have had a hell of a big show today, man. Hell of a show. And since we're coming down to it, you know what that means. We got to get that grains of sand.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what a fucking outstanding transition. And transition back to the hot tub. And I'll tell you what, we did that so well, didn't even get sand in the hot tub, Phil.
Boom.
Boom. That's that bright power goodness. Well, confetti's a whole other story, man. But let's try to pretend we're serious for at least a couple of minutes on this show. You know, here in Grains of Sand, we're talking about that international diplomacy, talking about bigger problems we should be paying attention to instead of all the little shit we complicate our lives with. Like this right here. U.S. Strategic Command just casually tweeted about nuclear war.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Pretty much. Here's what they said on their Twitter, I guess. And again, why do these agencies have Twitter? It says, the spectrum of conflict today is neither linear nor predictable. We must account for the possibility of conflict, leading to conditions which could very rapidly drive an adversary to consider nuclear use as their least bad option. So after a year of trying to tell people in the U.S. military they should be watching the Fry Power Hour because they would have fucking known this already, now finally it's starting to come out. They're figuring out and going, oh shit, this is more of a problem than we realized it was. China and international crime cartels threaten U.S. influence in the Americas, commanders say. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Threaten U.S. influence in the Americas?
What?
We're one of the Americas, Phil. What does that mean?
That's right.
God damn, son.
That's us.
That's us. You can't take our influence out of ourselves. That didn't make any damn sense, but they're doing it somehow. Like I say, people are finally realizing that this is an actual problem. Well, guess what, man? It's worse than you might think it is. If it says in the Americas, and even if they don't mean us, who could they possibly be talking about? What's China's beef now? South American meat producers stake claim in the Chinese market amid trade disruptions with Australia. So, Australia makes friends with the United States and Japan after we give Japan a bunch of planes and give Australia a bunch of planes. And then all of a sudden, China needs some new buddies. Well, they go right over to their friends in Venezuela, who we've seen them lean on for quite a fucking while. And big surprise, they're expanding their network out from that very point. And now that's where they're buying some of their fucking meat from. And guess what that's going to do to American import beef prices?
I just want some of that rump steak.
I'm trying to get some rump steak, man. I want to roast that rump.
It's grass-fed, man.
Delicious.
It's good.
But I'll tell you what, it's not just there, not just abroad, but at home as well. As China ramps up military flights around Taiwan, another quieter mission continues at sea. It's not really that quiet. We've seen the satellite pictures of the fucking wall of ships they've got out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
it's not looking good.
Again, it's all for a larger purpose in their eyes. Largest Chinese breach of Taiwan air zone in a year after a U.S. warning. So we tried to warn them back, and we've seen in the past that warning the U.S. military doesn't work out so well for most of these people. Hadn't stopped them from doing it. You know, but still, it doesn't always really work for them. And now they're flying around Taiwan because we warned them. And guess what they turned around and did? China warns of military action against Taiwan to block relations with the United States on the eve of their American visit. So on the same day that they sent some dignitaries to America to pretend to be our fucking friends, at the same time, they threatened to go to war with Taiwan if Taiwan continues to be fucking friends with us. This is just another example of them saying one thing to the public and doing another. And this should not surprise us coming from the Communist Chinese Party. I mean, for Christ's sake, they're communists, man.
Sons of bitches, man. That's what they do.
But people are finally starting to wise up on this shit. U.S. is headed in troubled waters with China, Russia, and Iran. Really?
No fucking kidding.
China, Russia, and Iran? I wonder who could have possibly been saying the names of those countries in that order over and over for over a fucking year, telling you that this is a goddamn problem. But they finally got with the picture. By the way, Splash with a bunch of Z's has followed on Twitch. Thank you very much, Splash.
Welcome, Splash.
Now, in addition to that, willing to work in hand, China boosts North Korean and Russia ties after the U.S. talks. So those very same U.S. talks where they were threatening shit on the fucking flip side right there. While they were doing all that, they also are continuing to buddy up with Russia. Okay, we knew that was going on already. But now they're buddying up a little bit with North Korea. They're trying to make friends with the peninsula, Phil. You know what I'm saying? And that could be an additional problem. If they're allied, that's just another country on their list that has nuclear capabilities, or at least that seems to be the case.
And that's the North Korea is the type of country that they would goad into being the one to pull the trigger, and Kim Jong Il.
Yeah, Kim Jong Il, right? Kim's son. Yeah,
he's just crazy enough to do it.
That's the thing. He does have so many missiles. It's true, man.
And if they give him more that have more only reason we haven't really had to worry about them is because they can't do what they say they can do. You know what I mean?
They're overextended from all to hell, dude.
Every time they try, it fails. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Now,
but if they get some of that super missile action from Russia,
I mean, you saw what they did in Iran. They just started importing parts and uranium and all kinds of shit from China's buddies. They could do the same here. Now, we could take it back a year when people were going, oh, Russia and China aren't really friends. See, they have a border dispute, blah, 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 blah. And that border dispute was a total crock of shit, and Russia and China are friends, and I told you about that when it fucking happened, and none of us were buying it. You know what I mean? Well, China's had a border issue with North Korea for quite a long fucking time, and I know you're looking at this going, wait a minute, China and North Korea are going to be buddies now. I don't buy it. But a lot of people didn't buy that bullshit with Russia last year, and you shouldn't be fucking buying this either, because look at this right here. China looks to reopen the border with North Korea. They ready to be one big happy family special rice over there. You know what I'm saying, man? Just putting it all in. Just putting it all in, man. And you think I'm crazy, but I was right about Russia, and I'm right about this too, man. I'm telling you. Rice joke aside, I get that's a little harsh, but my point is still sound. Just trying to make a joke here. I'm just trying to make a joke. You made me
hungry.
Man.
That's all you made me.
I am ready to eat. That's no lie. Now, while all of this is happening, and you talk about the North Korean missile program, right, and how that could potentially be a problem for us. Well, what are they doing with that program right now? North Korean missile experts suspected of supporting Iran's weapon God damn it. I can't. That's the UN saying that. That's the UN saying that. The people that put these very motherfuckers on the Human Rights Council. I can't even read the whole headline. Are you shitting fucking me, man?
That sounds like something a foreign guy would say.
What have we been fucking talking about? And guess what? Oh, Iran couldn't do it. The religion is running their fucking military. Yeah, they couldn't do it on your own, but that's the whole fucking, that's the rub, dude. They're not on their own anymore. You know what I'm saying? They got leaned on by the Chinese government, and here the fuck we are. You think I'm fucking around? The IAEA confirms Iran has started enriching uranium to 60% purity. Guess what you don't do with that kind of uranium? Make a power plant? That's not for power plants, Phil.
No, it's not.
It's not that's not what you put in power plants. That's what you put in things that go kaboom, my friend.
Yep. It is.
So that whole Iran wants to build nuclear power. I fucking tried to tell them. Iran and China say they have signs of progress at nuclear talks. Yeah, by progress, do you mean they're making missiles now? Oh, boy.
Yeah, they're progress in their plans against America.
Right. And by the way, yet another quote-unquote nuclear attack over there in Iran. It seems like their fucking nuclear plants keep getting attacked over and over and over, and they keep finding people to fucking blame so that they have reasons to go to war. Well, you know what we really need here is a fall guy. Oh, there we go. Iran named suspect in Natanz nuclear plant attack and says he fled the county. This is coming from the Iranian government, so I'm the country. Sorry, I'm sure it's 100% accurate. When have they ever withheld any of the fucking truth? And no surprise, their other friends all think that this is a great idea, man. Russia says Iran nuclear talks are positive despite enrichment and the sabotage. Yeah, I'll just bet they do. That's doing me a big You know what though, Phil? All this shit on the ground, and all this capability and nuclear weapons and all these different things up there, man, that's only here on the ground. At this point, that's only half the fucking battle, man. And by the way, if we got all these problems with Russia, why are we still working with the Reds in space? What's going on with that? You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
They're on the ISS with us, so what are we gonna do now, man? All right, biggest space station crowd in a decade after the next SpaceX arrival. There's now 11 people up there from U.S., Russia, Japan, and France. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things has sided with the Chinese government. And I feel like something may need to be done. Now, I'll tell you.
Which one of them you could be talking about, but
who could it possibly be? Now, the thing is, man, you don't want to just have to airlock them like the end of an Alien movie. You'd like a more peaceable solution. We don't want hot war. You know what I'm saying? And you see a dead cosmonaut frozen on TV, that's exactly what the fuck it's going to be. So we'd rather not have to go that route if we possibly can. We may not have to do anything. Russia up and said, you know what? Fuck it. We're leaving the ISS. We're going home. We're going to build our own space station with blackjack and hookers, man. Look, they're going to do it. That's their whole plan. Get her. That's it, man. That's all they fucking got, dude.
We'll build our own space station with blackjack and hookers.
That's right.
Forget the space station.
You got it, man. But I'll tell you what, though. Forget the space station is right. This all seems like it's a ploy for something else. But what could possibly be happening while on Earth, Russia and their comrades continue to build super long-range missiles? Building a space station where the Americans wouldn't be on it.
I don't like it, G.
What could possibly be happening there? China eyes asteroid defense system. A comet mission. I'm going to give you guys just a second with that headline. China eyes an asteroid defense system. Okay? You know what that means? That means not surface-to-air missiles. Those are surface-to-space missiles.
Yeah.
Asteroid defense system, what they mean by that is trying to shoot asteroids out of the air in case they ever make it to Earth. Yeah, right, like, because that happens so fucking often. I get thinking about doing that, but that's not what you would do first. You know what you would do first? A planet that you could, a planet that you could shoot the Americans with from the fucking moon. From the fucking moon, or shoot the Americans while they're on the moon, or when Russia decides to leave the ISS, blow up our space station once they have a new one, or if literally any number of fucking things, because you're talking about surface to space artillery, friends.
Not to mention the fact that you could be also talking about missiles that are strong enough to reach the moon, therefore they'd be very easy to get to America.
For sure.
In America.
They could. The thing is, you could do a whole project where you tell people it's missiles that are supposed to go to the moon, but it's actually of the speed and distance to make it anywhere in the world in just a few minutes, and nobody saw it coming because you lied to them. And here the fuck we are with the words asteroid defense system in a headline, and nobody cares. Was this in any of y'all's news today? Fuck no, it wasn't. Fuck no. You know what they told you about in your news today? That Caitlyn Jenner is running for the governor, for governor of California, and maybe the Kardashians aren't going to support her. That's what the fuck was in your news today. You know how much that matters next to the words asteroid defense system? None.
Say what you will, G. Say what you will, and anybody can say whatever they will.
Yeah.
Everybody laughed at Trump when he made a space force. I'm just saying.
I mean, we need boots on the moon, dude.
We need boots on the moon, dude.
There it is. Asteroid fucking defense system. And you know what, man? It's even worse than that. I want some of you out there in the crowd that have been watching the Fright Power Hour for a long period of time to think way back. And remember where this all started. What was the first thing that made our ears perk up and go, whoop, China? What are you doing over there? What's going on over there? And this was a few years ago. And it's grown. Look at what we fucking uncovered in this amount of time, man. But where did it all start? With China building an artificial moon.
Artificial moon!
That's right, the Chinese Communist moon. Now, what we thought at the time was that they were going to power up their werewolf army with a low Earth orbit artificial moon that would give lycanthropes their powers during the night, where they can come onto American shores and kill everybody. We started prepping up mammoths. We started cloning mammoths, and we were just going to put Marines on top of it. Just give them a ton of ammo.
Stocking up plenty of food, getting all the merits they could eat.
That's right. Give them plenty of merits. That way they have plenty to fucking eat up there. And I'll tell you what. What's interesting is that once we uncovered that story, China started changing their tune. Isn't that something? Just like we were talking about a second ago, Russia going, oh, we're going to leave the International Space Station. And China's like, we need to defend ourselves from asteroids. Yeah, you could use those same two things to make a new space station with missiles on it that you could shoot at the Earth. You could use the exact same two things. You could use exact same two things. So to say that China may have tried to ruse the public with what they were doing. Now, we've still discovered that they do in fact have a werewolf army. We know this. That's day one stuff. But we were thinking too small, friends. We were thinking too small. We thought about a tiny artificial moon in low Earth orbit that could power up werewolves in a fucking zip code size area. We thought that's what they were planning. We thought we knew how to deal with it. But friends, it's much bigger and much worse than we could have ever fucking imagined. China reveals moon station plan with Russia on Space Day. Let's review real quick. Russia and China are super happy about the nuclear weapons being built in Iran and blamed on the Israelis. Meanwhile, Americans are bulking up the ISS because Russia's going to leave and build their own while their buddies China are building surface-to-fucking space missiles, and then China says they are going to... Again, the words moon station are in this headline, and nobody fucking cares.
I care, dude. No.
I'll tell you something, Phil. That's no moon. That's no moon. God damn it, we better hope we get to it before this battle station is inactive. We will have to call down the power. Quacks in the chat because your motherfuckers better duck.
I'm not a criminal. I'm an artist working in an unpopular medium.
They're also translucent, just like in real life. I mean, I'm sorry, this is real. I'm a real ghost.
That's right.
Are you hairless? Do you shave?
T-Tech, please. Those records are sealed, sir.
I don't think that that's any of your business, and I'll thank you to stay out of my personal affairs.